I'm gonna turn it this way. I feel like that wants it to be this way. How is everyone today? Do I just stand? Is that awkward? Kind of want to lean it up. Back again, Monday, sticking to my guns, which feels really good. I've done half of my steps today. That also feels good. And I had mentioned in last week's call that I wanted to talk about the concept of trying to think of like how to word it. So last week's call, I was kind of talking about done is better than perfect, which is very much a concept that I'm still trying to get used to, still trying to live by. It's something that I've like when it comes to my personal stuff, and it's so funny because I was just on a work call and they mentioned my like personal Instagram, and then I was sharing a little bit about it, and I was saying that it's when it comes to like posting consistently, it's something that I've kind of like been able to get like little spurts of consistency, and then for whatever reason it hasn't always felt aligned in me to post, which brings me to today's thing that I want to touch on, which is the concept of doing something to do it, not to have done it. And when it comes to my personal channels and things, I really struggle to be consistent with anything that I'm not doing to do it, as in I'm not doing it for the pure enjoyment of the thing itself. I'm doing it to tick a box. And we all know that when it comes to becoming consistent and growing a channel on social media, you very much kind of need like a rhythm, and you need to be showing up consistently, same place, same time, which is why it's one of the reasons I'm trying to do these lives every Monday, is just to start flexing that muscle. I'm fully aware that like at the minute I don't have a big audience. No one is like checking every Monday. I'm not even on at the same time, right? The first time there was no sound, but it's if I can just get used to showing up every Monday, even though it doesn't matter and no one cares, it kind of is just training that muscle, so that maybe one day when it comes to my YouTube channel or my Instagram, if I do decide to grow them and to make them into something bigger, it'll kind of feel like more like in my bones to be showing up at the same place, same time. I'm very much somebody who, when it comes to work stuff, that's kind of different. Obviously, I'm very like, what's the word when you are like, you like being accountable, and like if people are counting on you to get stuff done or to show up, I feel a real deep sense of like, I have to do a good job, I have to be there, I have to be like, if I'm a cog in a machine, which I work in marketing, so I typically am like part of a team and they're relying on me to lead on creative ideas or strategy, I'm really take it very seriously to not be a bottleneck. Actually, that's what I was saying on Saturdays. Someone was texting me and they were like, "Do you mind it's a Saturday?" And I was like, "No, because I can see the urgency here, and that if I don't reply or whatever, they're gonna have to wait until Monday, and I didn't want that." So when it comes to being consistently and being on it with work, I don't have a problem with that at all. The accountability that comes with other people just takes care of that itself for me. But when it's all just on me, I really kind of need to be doing something to do it. Like I need to be enjoying the task itself. Otherwise, it's hard for me to mobilize myself. And that typically is fine. It's not a problem. I feel like that's how life should be. But then there are things I want to achieve for me, again, just intrinsically, that do require like a level of consistency, just because of that's the way the platform is set up or the process is. And so I find myself like seesawing, like dabbling between recognizing I have goals, and that in order to reach those goals, I'm gonna need a level of consistency, which is why I'm talking about done is better than perfect being my like ethos for the start of the year. And so I made myself come on live every Monday. I'm trying to post a YouTube video every Friday, but Friday's video did not go up despite me spending 12 hours on it, people. 12 hours solidly. I edited that video yesterday and it's still not done. And the reason is that when I started writing the script for the video, I was getting like all these different ideas of what to put in. And I'm really glad, because when I put the video together and it goes out, I'm going to be really happy with it. This happens with me a lot with content. And what I like about having a tiny following is that everything that I'm doing really is for me. There's no audience who are like, put a video up, we want to see it. There's no brand deals or sponsorships. They're like, you signed a contract, you have to do this. Everything that I'm doing is because I want to do it. And spending time on this video feels really good, because as a creative outlet, like I love storytelling, I love sharing, I love giving value, because there's takeaways from the video. Like I have really enjoyed it, and I didn't want to compromise on it. Brian did say like, oh, maybe could you not do a quick edit, or do you want to cut some bits out? And I was like, no, because now I've got the idea and it's down on paper. I don't want to skimp on it. I want it to come out into the world exactly how I envisioned it. So I can't wait to um Brian's just come on the chat. Good job, I was saying nice things about you. um but yeah, I was saying I don't want to scrimp and like take those bits out. I think that they're entertaining and I like them, and it really is such a creative outlet for me. Same with my Instagram page. It's just me messing around, playing around and having fun. However, if I ever want to do grow my YouTube channel into a big thing, um I probably, best practices are, I would know given my job, to show up at the same time regularly and give people a time to remember like, oh, it's Friday, Jade's put up a video. And I was doing okay with that, but then this week let it slip. And that then brought me back to this loop of like, done is better than perfect on the one hand. And just like get it up, just post it, but then do it to do it, not to have done it. Like when I was editing the video, as much as I was like, God, this is taking so long, I was really enjoying the process of creating my art and putting together the clips and following through on what I'd started filming. I really enjoyed, honestly, being in the energy of I am so dedicated to this YouTube journey that I'm here on a Sunday. I barely saw anyone. I was just at my laptop all day, every day. I wasn't feeling that great, like physically, but I got my head down and I edited the video, and that felt really good. Not because it was taking me towards the goal even, but just to be in that mindset of like, I am somebody who sets a goal and then follows through and do it. Like just doing that, even if the video got deleted and never saw the light of day, just having spent a day like that in alignment in that way felt really good. Then now I have the one place, which is done is better than perfect, just get it done. And then I have this other principle that I love of doing something to do it. And this can apply not only to editing videos, but like for the gym. I love the gym. I love being in the gym because just being there feels like really great to me. There's something in it. I've always worked out since I was like maybe 15. We had like a family gym membership because I think legally you can't be in the gym before like 16. But there was this gym where they would have an adult supervisor group of kids essentially on the machines, and we would do circuit training. And ever since then, I was just like, this is so fun. I've always loved the gym. And again, like everything, I've come in it, come out of it, had memberships, moved around. It hasn't been convenient. Sometimes I've just been lazy and like haven't felt like going. But the gym is something that, yes, I do love the outcomes and I love having goals. I love getting in physical shape, like the way I look. I love being healthy and fit. Um, and those are great outcomes. But when I'm in the gym, I'm not thinking about, actually, every time I think about the gym like that, I hate it. Every time I am in the gym, which I don't do anymore, but I used to every now and then be like, yeah, I want to lose weight. Let's do this many calories. As soon as it became hard to run, I'd just be like, screw this. I'm not even unhealthy. Like, I'm not out of shape. I'm going to go home and eat. Like, I can never do the gym consistently for the long term thing because that carrot was like way too far away. The time I enjoy the gym, it's like using the machines that I just love the feeling. I have my playlist that I have and it makes me feel pumped up, and I only allow myself to listen to that playlist when I'm in the gym. This is another hack. Therefore, when I'm in the gym and I'm like working out, doing like the leg press or whatever to this playlist, in that moment, I'm loving life because I find the difficulty of like using the weights machines, just the resistance and feeling that I find it fun. I love is it TRX machine? Like, I never look at the label. I don't know the names of any of the machines. I use them. I don't know the names. I don't care. But the ones where you can like set the, like you can put the different handles. It's got like the clip thing and you can change them. And I love like pulling across. Like, I just love that feeling of the resistance. Even if I would go for 6 months and still look exactly the same, I would still go for that. So it's something that can be applied to exercise, to walking, to cooking is another great one. I am somebody who loves to cook. And when I cook, I'm doing it because I want to make a good meal. Typically I'll be cooking for somebody else as well, and I want them to enjoy the food. But I'm really like, I have my playlists. I love to have a little glass of wine, and I'm really pouring love into the ritual of tasting it and adding ingredients and like getting it to the right place. Like, I really enjoy the process of cooking. It's not something that I want to rush. Whereas I know some people hate cooking, don't want to be in the kitchen. They just want to eat. They just want food and they're cooking because that's the only way they're going to get good food. And those are things that I find it easy to do it, not to have done it, which I said this on the last live, but that's very much a quote that I got from my sister. And it was actually her Instagram bio, funny enough, and she never posts on Instagram. I don't even think she has the app most of the year. She downloads it like twice a year, likes a bunch of stuff on my page, and then disappears again. That's the only reason she logs on. No, I'm sure she does other stuff while she's on there, but she's talked about just not wanting to be on there. But that was her Instagram bio whenever I last saw her page, and I was like, that makes a lot of sense. And she travels, and I think that that's a sentiment that I live a lot of my life with. Is like, why am I doing this? Am I just doing it because other people are doing it? Which is the reason I think a lot of the ways I think or things I do are somewhat divergent from a lot of people around me. It's because I just can't do things on autopilot, really. I kind of really sit back and think about everything like, does this feel good to me and my values and my purpose? However, living like that all the time does mean that you know, feelings are quite wishy-washy. Emotions can come, motivation comes in and out. It is not a resource that you can rely on, and it is also in alignment sometimes for me to like, I would like to grow my YouTube channel. I have 1,500 subscribers at the minute, which is nothing to sniff at, but I would like more, and I would like to have an Instagram page that branding wise and everything just feels really consistent. But because there's different like elements to my personality, some days I want to post kind of stuff that I find like funny, more entertainment. Some days I want to post really deep stuff. Some days I just want to post stuff that's pretty. Some days I want to post a graphic design that I've put like Canva clouds and things on, and all of that's fine, and it's really true to my soul, which is the most important thing to me in life. However, I do recognize that's not the way to grow a page. Like, you really want to be giving people one clear message over and over, and the message can vary in the delivery, but you really want to keep the message consistent. And it's funny because I spend the daytime giving this advice to people who are good at that and grow big pages doing it, and then I look at my pages and I'm like, oh, I kind of want to make myself do that, but then some days I don't. And the whole point of this YouTube channel and my Instagram page at the minute is just me documenting the messy, beautiful chaos of my journey through the world, which is why I've called my pages Jade's Good Life Guide. It's me checking in and being like, what feels good at life to me? Like, what helps me to enjoy life and feel really good? And then just like my online diary of that journey. So this ramble is nothing more than me just recognizing like, I kind of want to be in my done is better than perfect era of like, Jade, just get the video out. But then I kind of just want to do stuff to enjoy it. And so this week I'm asking myself, how can I do both? Like, how can I still have deadlines when it comes to my personal stuff where it's not that deep if it doesn't go up? So how can I care enough to be like, get it up on Friday, knowing that no one cares? It's not important to me in the short term, but in the long term it kind of is. And yet how at the same time can I enjoy the thing and romanticize it, but not to the extent that I don't then get it done, because done is better than perfect if perfect never gets done. And this YouTube video that I'm working on that should have gone up on Friday will go up this week. I will get it done, but yeah, I'm like, how could I have made myself like get it done on Friday? Should I have taken some stuff out of it and just had it go up not in the full vision of what I was imagining with all the little extra bits in there that are me? Or do I just set up like I'm becoming self-aware and I'm like, okay, this week I need to not even plan a video that's so like all over the place, and also start it earlier. So in my journey, I'm like getting better, bookmarking. Life is a journey. It's all about just having a self-awareness of like what we're feeling and what's coming online, and tending to that. I think so many times we can think of life, and again, this is the overall theme, right, of as a destination, and like we're trying to get somewhere, and it's like, no, life is you doing it to do it. In life, day to day, week to week, month to month, even when we set goals, you shouldn't be trying to skip over a week or a month or a period in life to get to an end period, because how many times have we watched people do that and get there and they're like, okay, now I've won the Super Bowl, I've got a Grammy, I have whatever, and like, oh, is this it? And then they keep moving the goalpost because they're not doing things to do them. They're doing it to have done it, to have ticked the list. And once they tick the list, that feeling they were expecting to come doesn't come. So then they want more money or a bigger house, or they stop saying they want a Grammy and now they want an EGOT, they want Oscar, Tony, all the things as well. And it's like, when is enough enough? So I'm grateful that I'm somebody who knows how to feel content, like where I am. As humans, though, we also need a sense of purpose and I think drive and things to be aiming for. Without feeling like we are without the thing. You can still aim for something and be whole without it, which is kind of where I am now. And it's just trying to get myself to be consistent enough to like keep going for the thing. So yeah, like done is better than perfect, but also do it to do it, which I think is the very essence. Like when you take those two things together, done is better than perfect. So we're making sure we get it done, but then in the doing it to get to done, do it to do it, not to have done it. Then that means set a goal, tell yourself you're going to do it, you will finish it, but in the doing, enjoy the process. Make sure that it is intrinsically serving you. Make sure that as I'm editing the videos, I feel really good about the editing, which I did this week, and I haven't always. But just make sure you get it done. And then you can get it done on time, which is maybe something that I skipped in trying to do the videos every Friday. It's like maybe I just put up 2 videos a week. And if they happen to be live on a Monday and a video on a Friday, great. But otherwise, yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'll scale back and just make it like 2 videos a week. And that gives me a little bit more breathing room. And then when it comes to the things that are less, because I have other goals, like I want to pick up on Spanish again just to get like fluent. I'm like good after being in Spain for a couple of years, but it was pretty remote. We weren't like chatting to people every day. So I want to get better, and I keep thinking about picking that up again. And again, I think before I kind of was thinking so much about being fluent in Spanish that I wasn't just enjoying just the fun of like leaning into like a different culture and what it means to be learning another language. And yeah, there's probably ways I can do it that aren't just like, I could be learning Spanish, but I don't just have to be on Duolingo or watching YouTube. I could be watching like telenovelas, or there's tons of Spanish series that I'm into that I just kind of like, maybe I'll watch Money Heist. I think I'm still missing a couple series at the end, and my mum always asks me about it. And I'm like, no, I haven't watched it yet. And then I'm learning Spanish, but I'm also enjoying the process of it, right? I could make some Spanish friends online and like do those conversation exchanges, and then I'm speaking with them. Like, yeah, I'm learning Spanish, but I'm also having a nice conversation with someone. It's the same when I think about like catching up with some the people in my circle. I have like a list, and every week I try and check in with people. And it did at one point become like a box ticking exercise of like, let me check that person's good, let me let them know that I care about them and reach out. I wasn't doing it just to like have a conversation with that person. Like that would incidentally be something, but I wasn't leaning into it. Like, let me call this person to just speak with them and enjoy that process. Funnily enough, in doing that, there's also certain relationships that I've been like, oh, wait, I was just calling and checking in so much. I never asked myself, like, how is this relationship or this conversation serving me? And as I tried to become more present and just be there and like listen to the conversation, I realized how kind of one-sided or like empty it was. I was like, oh, I think this relationship in the way that I was holding it has actually maybe ran its course. And in keeping that relationship going, just to have done it, I didn't even realize that. And that's not necessarily shade or a bad thing. That happens a lot in life. And how many things are we just doing to have done them without even asking ourselves, like, do you want to be doing it? Like, do you need to be doing it? Or is that time in your life that you can be giving to something else? So yeah, having talked to myself for 19 minutes, I think I have come full circle and recognized that I can get stuff done and recognize that done is better than perfect, but I can also enjoy the process of the doing it. And those two don't need to be opposed, they can be linked. And yeah, I wasn't recognizing as well that in trying to post something on time, that's still trying to be perfect. Yes, it's good to have goals and I will aim towards certain dates, but like the video being done and being up on Tuesday instead of Friday, it's still done. It's not perfect. It was supposed to go up on Friday, but it's done, and I don't need to count that as a fail. And what I do enjoy is that I was enjoying the process of making the video. So I think for the rest of this week, whenever I feel resistance to a task, but I know that I've told myself that it's good for my long-term development, just human purpose, to work towards that goal, I'm going to ask myself, how can I make the process of this thing enjoyable? It's like how I listen to audiobooks while I brush my teeth, just because standing there for 2 minutes is so boring, but I'm very particular about it. And now it's like fun to kind of do my like nighttime skincare routine and whatever, because I enjoy the process. And also I'm more intentional with that as well, like getting like little face scrubbies that I enjoy and like a face wash that I enjoy, and just enjoying the process of doing that in itself instead of trying to get to the end point. So if there's anything you take away from this, it's like, number one, checking in and asking yourself, what are you doing in life just to have done it rather than to do it? And like, do you need to be doing it? Can you take it away? And number two, if you decide to keep those things around, then how can you make the process of doing the thing so intrinsically enjoyable that you don't even realize you're learning Spanish, or you're like burning calories, or you are cleaning your pores, because you've made the process of that ritual, whatever it is, working out, learning Spanish, doing skincare, so enjoyable that you forget that like that's just like the goal is just like a bonus that you get at the end of it. Behind the actual enjoyment of doing the thing in order to get it done. Tick. Okay, I feel like that makes sense. I'm gonna leave it there for today. Thank you for watching, making it to the end of this. If you did, I will be back next Monday, probably. I will. Have a great week in between, and yeah, stay relaxed. It's not that deep. Hopefully we've got like a lot of more decades on this earth, so just enjoy where you are.